And what is going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel, bring you just another video. So guys, I'm really depressed. First of all because new neighbours and there's kids crying all the time, and secondly you can probably hear the dogs outside, but it's very warm today so I've got to have the window open. No, but seriously, I've tried to play, I had a couple of games Control yesterday. No one in my clan's playing apart from Zed, my main dude. And I tried to play today, and I get stuck with the worst players. Now, I'm not joking. In nearly all games I've played, I had more captures than my entire team combined, okay? And, of course, I'm on top of the leaderboard all the time. But losing because of my teammates. I mean, I am calling out enemy locations, and right at the start of the match, I tell everyone exactly what to do, and if they follow my suggestions or orders, whatever you want to call them, you know what would happen? We would win. I keep asking one or two people stay on our home flag, while the rest of us, what we're going to do, we're going to send one to B as a distraction, and the rest of us are going to go to their home flag. So while they're trying to capture the empty flag, while they're taking that, a flood of us are going to capture their home flag we've just captured. It's a brilliant tactic. I use it all the time. It works 85–90% of the time. Even when I get resistance, I still slaughter through and capture it. This time, yeah, everyone stayed to capture the home flag. I went on my own to the A flag. They captured C, and B was untouched. I held apart from one person, I held the entire team there for about 3 minutes. I killed the entire team almost twice over before I died. Okay, that was me on my own holding the entire team back. I finally died, I turned around, and our team had not captured B. Okay? While I was on my own taking out all the enemies and holding them there at their flag while they were trying to push down for ours, just a single one of their players managed to somehow beat 5 of mine to B and capture it. And it's games like this. There's 3 games I've played with teammates so bad that the game's called it because we've not been able to get a flag back. Well, actually at that point I'd stopped playing. I start messaging everybody, and I start messaging everybody, and what happens is I message everyone on my team to ask them what the hell's going on. Why aren't you playing? Do you know you're meant to rotate flags? Why'd you keep dying? Can't you? Have you ever played before? La la la. And I know it's depressing, but honestly, no one brings. I keep asking them if the. Sorry, I'm skipping that strike because, well, you know what that boss is like. But I keep asking everyone if the parents have bought them a mic kit. I'm sure they're grown up, but it's a little bit of an insult because no one fucking has microphones on PS4. It's insane. Oh, let's play a PvP game that is absolutely built on strategy, teamwork and communication above all else. Let's just all do it. No one teams up on this 6v6. I'm constantly having to... Well, I'm getting mowed down by 3 and 4 players at once. Even though they're not part of the same clan. They're playing... other players are playing exactly how I normally play. And for some reason, I'm getting stuck with people that won't follow me anywhere. And if I follow them, what our team tend to do is once they've captured a flag, they just hang around our same flag. All of them. The entire team. I'm the only person that pushes out. It is very, very weird. After about 2 minutes of that game starting, the last game I played, I stopped. I stopped and enemy were killing me because I weren't playing. And I went through everyone on our list and sent them a voice message. Then carried on playing. I still didn't finish last. Not even close to last. It is mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling, YouTube, how dumb people are on Destiny. I'm telling you, I know of maybe 3 people that can play Control, and I'm 2 of them.
We could, but I thought you had the forest handled.
I do. Multiple timelines across many simulations. This is a rare exception.
So, finally, the 20 masterwork. What I've had to do is, I keep using Arc with my Warlock, and I keep getting taken out pretty easily because I'm in big open spaces and, whatever. So I've put my entire I was saving up as many masterworks things as I could get, and so I had 20. So I've cripped out this entire suit here to see, apart from the helmet, didn't have enough to see what will happen, how much tougher I'll be during, you know, when I use my super. So hopefully, yeah. I was looking forward to this, but no one in my team, no one in my clan's playing. I'll not name names. No, one person couldn't afford the DLC, so I sent him the money, and he lied to me about what he spent it on, and spent it on someone else. And then he came up with 6 different lies that, you know, gave it away. And he's not spoken to me since. And I've never accused him of it. He don't know I know. He doesn't know I know, but I sent him the actual money, and he didn't. Instead of buying it, he just went and I don't know what he bought with it, beer, whatever. I don't know. But first he said
The geometric data
that his dad stole it,
It's suddenly shifted.
and a
Like
couple of different
reality
stories
trying to
like
decide
that.
on
Then he
a
said,
version
"Oh
of
no,
life.
I ran out of electric, so I had no choice but to buy electric with it."
I don't like
So you know what I mean? And then there were a few other lies, and I'm like, dude, come on, you fucking bought some weed or something, I'm guessing. And so he's in our clan, and he ain't got the DLC, and he don't play anymore. There's 11 others in our clan. One guy doesn't have. I don't think he's got PSN at the PlayStation Plus at the moment, so he can't play online. So me and Zed are going to go off on it for him, getting 3 months worth. But I don't mind, I really don't. It's just I'm not rolling in it. When I am rolling in it, I give it all away, which is weird, I know. But I do. That's what I do. I tend to give. I've always given my earnings away. I've said this story before, but I'll just tell it again, just to put it into perspective. At university, I put everything I had into. So when I was at college, I was at college 5 days a week, and I did my college work 7 nights a week. But during those 7 nights, 6 of those nights, I worked behind the bar as well. So what I'd do is I'd be from college from 9 o'clock in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. And then I'd get home at 5, and then from 5 until 6:30, I'd eat and do some like college work, and then I'd go to work and then I'd get home about 1:30, 2:30 in the morning, and I'd do that 6 nights a week. I'd work like Monday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday dinner, lunch, Sunday dinner time, and then have a 2-hour break, and then work Sunday evening shift, and then all that while I was at college full time, and then I did that I did that for 3 years, because I took that into the first year of my university because I needed the money. But afterwards, I really wanted to concentrate on my studies. And the university for me, for those that know me and have listened to my channel for more than just one video, you know, I've got more degrees than most people have names. The work's not a problem. I've got a fucking good brain. I say I was cursed with a very, very powerful brain. It was a curse, because the more knowledge you get, the more sadness you get, it seems. But so during that time at university, I lived in extreme poverty. Sorry if you can hear the screaming outside. This little girl's playing. I would put a graphic design course. I mean, we're not talking just the money for the books that I needed, but we're talking for like high quality. You know, printer ink is one of the most expensive products in the world. For what you get, for the amount of printer ink you get and what it costs, it's like more expensive than gold and platinum and rare metals by far. It makes oil look like free water. That's how expensive print ink is. It really is one of the most expensive per capita substances. Well, you know what I mean per capita. That's not quite accurate, but per capita, if you're translating per capita, it's one of the most expensive substances in the world. You know, what's a barrel of oil? $50. A barrel of printer ink, I think several million, several hundred million. I'm not quite sure, but it is something crazy like that. Just because the amount they actually give you. So anyway, the printer, the computer, the books, the printer ink, the paper, and like notebooks, portfolios, design sketchbooks, and all the materials, developing photography. Because back then, digital photography, the best cameras out were like 2 million pixels back then when I was young. So you get these HD cameras on your phone. You know, I had to buy like like I think at the time a 5 pixel camera was like the best out, and it was like thousands of pounds, made by Canon or something. I don't know. So yeah, I put everything into my cost, so I had no money for food. So I would literally go for months. I would easily go for weeks without eating, and the body can go for about with just water. It can go for about 60 or 70 days, maybe more, without any food. But I often went for like weeks without any food, 2-3 weeks without any food at all. But I'd buy coffee instead. So what the choice was: a big jar of coffee that could last several weeks, or one meal. Yeah. So that were my choices. So at least I was like, well, at least I'm having something in my stomach that is making me feel, you know, full. So that's what I'd do, and I'd make sure my cat would eat, but I wouldn't. And hot food, I got hot food about, I mean, hot food wasn't, when I could afford food, it was like, oh my god, that big box of cereal, and I can have it with some milk, and, you know, or dry, you know, it don't really matter. But hot food, a hot cooked meal, I think I went for almost 2 years without even tasting any hot food at one point. And I know it's hard to believe, and you probably think I'm bullshitting, but I mean, I've no reason to make it up. I really haven't. I mean, you know, my family members will attest to it. I had a friend at the time that was in a similar situation. He was a little bit better off because he had a girlfriend who was, well, her family were really wealthy off, but I mean, not that came into it, but she were working and she had some money, and he managed to get himself a bar job late at night. But unfortunately, I just I wasn't lucky enough to pick up another job. I did try, but I wasn't lucky enough. And so I'd go for like months and months without eating hot food at all. I'd go for weeks, you know, 3-4 weeks without eating sometimes at all. What I used to do is, in those stages, I buy a small jar of peanut butter, because nuts are the most calorie heavy substance in the world. Actually, I had a small bag of nuts about I think in about January time. A small bag of nuts, about half the size of a bag of crisps, nearly 12,000 calories just in those nuts. So anyway, peanut butter. I had 2 teaspoons of peanut butter a day as my calorie intake. You know, so yeah, hot food wasn't an option. Cold food, I could sometimes have a couple of times, maybe. Maybe I'd be able to like have. I don't even know really. Just cereal really was about it. I mean, if I could afford, like, you know, the cheap pasta you can buy, if I could afford that, I couldn't afford any sauce or any meat or anything, so it'd just be pasta on its own. And that was like, so that's the only other way I managed to get some sort of hot food eventually. But it was like this for years, and then it was like this also. I had enough money to pay.
What's the difference?
So it's about me giving away money. So when I was attacked and I'm a job, I got some compensation. So I had an iMac at the time, one of the G3s, and me and my friend were sharing it all the time. So when I got the compensation, I put it straight into my education in the form of a new computer, a new iMac, and I gave him on my iMac the extra RAM I had, a printer and a scanner, a mouse, keyboard. I gave him everything for free, of course. So I've always given away money. When I was earning well over £1,000 a week, I probably kept about £150 a week of it for me, and that would buy food and pay rent, and then I'd give basically the other 900 plus away every week while I earned it. It worked out. I was given about 30 to 35,000 pounds a year away, and you know, in various charities. People, I paid for someone's house, paid for the master's degree, all their equipment. I gave a homeless guy £70 a week for 2 years, and then my luck just ran out, as it always does. Things got in the way, and you know, I don't have much money anymore, but still I'm giving it away. Still I bought, still with essentially no money at the moment. I bought a friend a copy of Destiny, who no longer plays it. Then offered the money out to the other clan member who bought something else with it and just didn't have the balls to tell me the truth. I don't know what point I'm trying to make. Just, I don't know. I've always felt guilty for having money, and this is why I know I'll never be wealthy, because with the amount of education I have, I could really be in a very comfortable job, more than comfortable. But it scares me, money. It scares that I'll lose my humanity. It makes me scared that perhaps, you know, it'll change me. I'm better than other people. Which is, you know, I don't think I'm smarter than other people. Just a statistical fact, guys. No, but seriously, you know, when I say stuff like that, it's like this is just a matter of like fact. It's not that I think I'm better than anyone. I just happen to be particularly intelligent. There's a fact of scientific data, stats, sorts of things. But people's minds tend to work on the human emotion and things like ego. So the person who receives that comment's got an ego, they just assume I have, and I really don't. I really don't. You know, still don't have money, and I've done 2 game giveaways already on this channel.
It's hard not to admire the artistry.
Well, sizable. I've got someone 2 new fridge freezers, and basically fixed their car, which was like fun. Oh yeah, gave someone £500 so they could have a week off work while they were injured, and so they didn't lose, so they kept the wages. So because they'd lose the wages, I mean, and yeah. And guess what? I mean, technically I have the money, but I'm off work because of my insomnia. So I'm not getting, like, what I'm getting is to live on is nothing. It's really nothing. But because I don't know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me, guys? Why do I keep giving everything I own away? I've given away PS3s, PS4s, entire computer iMac systems. I've given away £100,000 actually. I worked for free as a designer to try. I don't know why. I felt bad for charging people, I guess. They also wanted to, like, obviously curry favour and not to get repeat business. Because, you know, I generally think humans are good, but, you know, if someone came to me and did something for me, well, that would never happen. I wouldn't let him. Even if I couldn't afford to pay him, I'd somehow pay him. But then I'd definitely be a repeat customer. But as a designer, all the tens of dozens of people, well, hundreds of people I work for free, expecting them to eventually call me back in to do more. No. Well, they did, but as long as it were for free. So this is the problem sign. So yeah, when I just seem to give. I'd love someone to give me a nice big chunk of money, just so I don't have to worry. That'd be nice. I'd really like to work for space. I'd like a nice chunk of money so I can go and get another degree. I know it sounds crazy, but I just screwed up with the degrees I got. I really always wanted to work for someone like SpaceX, but it didn't exist until recently. You know, I've always felt humans are capable of many things. We're held back by religion still. I mean, we're getting better, we're becoming more secular. But we're still held back by ancient mythical beings. I think there's well over 4,000 different religions in the world. So every religious person is 99.9% atheist, apart from their god. It's just their god that's real. Well, you know, so the Christian god or Allah. What about Zeus or Poseidon or Thor, Odin, Buddha? You know, what about any of the Indian gods? Seriously, some of the gods, you know, the Christian gods is new. He's one of the newest. He's one of the new gods. Like, think about some guy, some criminal, escaping from federal custody on a boat, wrote Scientology as a religion, and now it's like a multi-billion-dollar religion. Think in 1,000 years if humans exist from descendants. If we believe what they're saying, we all descended from alien, mythical, transdimensional beings, and in our bodies and arms, that's where they exist. This is the bullshit they feed them. Only in America, eh, guys? Only fucking in America. I feel so sorry for the American people. I always seem to pick on America. And guys, it's not you. I love you guys. I really do. I'm fascinated by your justice system, your constitutional system, and how many people don't understand what it really, you know. I don't think you guys. A lot of people they quote what they meant, especially the Second Amendment. I don't think they really know what it means, because if it did, your country would be in a very different position than it's in now. But it seems like I'm always picking on you guys, and I'm not. I'm really not. The reason I'm not is because I've got a lot of friends over in America that are actually reasonable, rational, secular, and atheist people.
You can solve most of those with explosions.
And they agree with me. They have common sense, and they're heartbroken over their country. They really are. If you really want to have a really good fucking laugh, you know, you guys know. If you don't know Stephen Colbert is, he has his own show. Stephen Colbert. YouTube this. Stephen Colbert stays in character at Congress or at congressional hearing. He's got his own show. He's like a comedian, and he stays in character during the entire Senate hearing. And oh my God, I cried my eyes out with laughter. And that is the first time, like, you know, there's not a lot of laughing in my life,
so
unfortunately.
What exactly is the
but
issue?
boy, man, there was then. I cried my eyes out, watched it several times. Absolutely fantastic.
Now that Panoptes has
Well, guys, if anyone watches this, and I know some people do, I promise you, I'm not having a go. If you're American, I'm not having a go at your country. It's just, see, the problem is with a lot of America, when someone's born in America, they think they know everything about their country. And, you know, just because you live there doesn't mean you know anything about it. You just live there. But I've studied your political system and the corruption and a lot of your laws and legislation and a whole array of things, from the religious indoctrination that happens to a lot of your citizens from an early age, to the corporation overlords that hold great sway and power over your politicians, to someone like Donald Trump. People are still praising him as an amazing president after he's put people in positions. He's put people in head positions that are from companies that lobbied to have those organisations destroyed. So he's put people at the head positions for them to deregulate so the EPA, you know, the Environmental Protection Agency, he's put someone in charge of that that's basically dismantling it. Less regulation so companies can make more money. He's done that in every aspect. He's not a religious man. You don't say, you know, everyone says God bless and God bless America. For some reason Americans seem to think their country alone, their landmass has a special relationship with God. Now, can you believe that? People believe this, a lot of people. I mean, you know, we're pushing the boundaries of pseudo-fantasy there, boys and girls. But anyway, Donald Trump is destroying the agencies and regulations that protect not only people but the world. He withdrew from the Paris Accords. I mean, we're talking about. I mean, a lot of Americans are ignorant. I think by design, because the religious indoctrination and everyone's going on about science, fake science, and all this stuff. But I don't think they realise that science is in their everyday life. It's what them allows to drive to work. It's what allows satellites. So I was watching the Atheist show the other day. A guy calls in and he said he just don't believe that satellites exist. Weather satellites, planetary satellites. There's no way it can happen. You get flat earthers calling in, and they're nearly all American. It is staggering, and I feel sorry for these people. And you know, psychologists have studied this phenomenon. And because what the reason they will go to any lengths to deny it, and they will keep changing the goalposts and come up with any excuse, no matter how bizarre it sounds, because they've identified this belief as part of who they are. Because you know how powerful belief is. This is why some guy, this is why a couple of people, you know, everyone talks about the word of God. Oh yeah, the book of God. It was wrote 2,000 years ago. No. It took 1,500 years to write the Bible. It was written by not a single person that ever witnessed what happened, essentially. Yeah, it was interesting. So if there's passages in there that say, oh, when no one was there, no one who wrote that book was there. Okay, it wasn't written 2,000 years ago. The Earth's not 6,000 years old. Noah's Ark didn't exist. You know, it's just, and a lot of America think these things. They really do. And it's hard not to laugh, but it's scary as well, because it seems like it's going to be a new dark age. You know, I don't think these people realise that because of secularism and atheism, that we have things like Destiny 2 and games consoles and medicine and fucking the cars that drive the machines that make their coffee. The computers that let them send email, you know, all these amazing things. Even a lot of nature is now man-made. Genetically modified food, so they'll yield better quality fruits and vegetables. Genetically modified corn, so someone won a Peace Prize back in the 70s or 80s for managing to create some corn. The stem couldn't hold the weight of the wheat, and so a lot of the crop was breaking, and so he genetically modified a special type of wheat and grain that could hold a much heavier load, and this contributed to feeding millions of people for extra crop that then was not wasted. I mean, come on, people, think about it. But I am worried about the Dark Ages coming again because of this backward thinking. You know, we now know from recent experts of Christopher Columbus's personal diary, when he found the first island, he describes how loving and kind these people were, and in his diary he thought of it as a weakness, and he started the first, basically started the first slave trade back to where he came from, and he used to capture them. And then he used to he'd take what he needed to sail back with, and to anyone else, to any other members of his crew, so you can have as many as you can carry or own or whatever. The women, one man who worked for him said in this other guy's journal, said in one day we raped over 3,000 women, and they used to rape them like gang rape, one after another, until they stopped fighting back. So then they just lay there while person after person would rape them, and then they had an obedient slave. Now, as a slave trade, this wasn't working for Columbus. So what he did, he left a satchel or a container of some sort, and every 3 months he'd return, and it had to be filled with gold and precious stones. And if it wasn't, he'd chop off the villagers' hands, the kids' hands, the women's hands, the men's hands, and he'd make them wear their own hands on chains around the neck as a reminder not to fail him. Yeah, this is America's great discovery, America's great hero. This is from experts of his own journal, ladies and gentlemen.
You see that beam? It's controlling this entire region
And
through a series of modules
I
and
think the
arc
world's
energy.
fallen to pieces. Donald Trump and all his base are like, yeah, these are mine. He's not a Christian. He employs immigrant workers, then tries his best to get rid of undocumented immigrants who have spent a fruitful life working here. A lot of Americans are always talking about how the immigrants are taking their jobs. We know this is not true now. We know this is not true. We know that statistically Americans think that they're too good to do the jobs that most immigrants do. And in fact, companies have set up these type of jobs, picking fruits and picking coffee beans and all this menial labour that immigrants do. They said they'll only employ Americans, yeah, Only 16 people on this, and this was a national
Shielded Minotaur incoming.
thing. Only 16 people signed up for it, and within a day that was down to about 0. Yeah, too hard for them. No Americans want to do these jobs, and yet you guys keep saying, not all of you, but obviously the government and those fearmongers trying to push their ideologies on you and control and manipulate a certain population of the American government. They keep pushing this idea that immigrants take. No, without the immigrants coming in, and these immigrants are often they do very hard work for almost nothing pay, and they don't have any rights, no legal rights, so they're abused often by the people that employ them. I mean, it is insane. I mean, who believed President Trump Mexico's going to pay for war? Who believed that? Okay, who in their right mind believes that when you go, say any Americans listen to this, okay, you're probably not a Trump supporter if you listen to my channel, because I'm progressive, I want things to change and be better, okay? So, how many, but if there isn't any Trump supporters listening right now, how many are you, alright, go into a, what's your favourite car, go into a top-end car shop, buy the latest Audi, how about a McLaren F1, and say, no, that dude over there is going to pay for it. How realistic do you think that is? America wants the wall, by the wall, a wall that was never going to happen. You guys are still, if anyone's a Trump supporter, okay, it's given away initially $1.1 trillion to the wealthy. It's given trillions of dollars in tax cuts. That these people that are worth billions and hundreds of billions just got several more billion each for nothing. Not a few million, not 895 million, but a few 50 billion here, 100 billion there, depending on how wealthy they are. Yeah. Okay, turns out it's going to cost 2 trillion. This has been added to the deficit. This is what you're paying, your taxes are paying for. Okay, while there's schools that in your country that have textbooks that show like President Bush and Clinton still as the presidents. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not ratting our country, guys. I've got a lot of friends in America. I've been there. Okay. And I'm telling you, I feel sorry for you. No matter what Trump does, you think he's a Christian? Yeah, he employs immigrants. He's got a foreign wife, but then tries to deport as many people as he can. He's a racist. He don't like the colour of his skin. He'll employ him illegally as long as it's cheap enough. But yeah, no, you don't want them to live in this country where the families are. No, it's fine. Even kids that were born here, but the parents came over and they ended up being born here. The DACA program, that got destroyed. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Those poor people, those poor kids, all they know is America. This is their home. They were born here, they're Americans. Now they've got nothing, nowhere to go. If that gets fully destroyed. Oh yeah, President Trump, the amazing Christian, who has had more affairs. I mean, have you seen some of the beautiful women he's slept with? Do you think that's because he's good looking? Do you think it's because that thing on his head, well, yeah, do you want a threesome, baby? Me, you, and this thing on my head? No. Okay, the porn star I slept with, she was magnificently beautiful. Think about that, though. His Christian base are okay with it. They're actually okay with it. Not only did he have extramarital sex about 1 million times, but all the talk about all the sexual harassment cases, it's paid off 13 different, it's paid off several million in total against women he slept with from not to say anything. He slept with prostitutes, just harass and kisses whoever he wants in his workplaces. I mean, guys, he's gonna start World War III, and you can't want that. I don't know what it was like, but I've studied it. I've watched documentaries, I've watched reenactments in films and movies. Don't forget, Britain fought that war. European allies fought that war for 4 years before America got involved. Okay? Like, so before you come in and say, yeah, we come in and saved your ass. Yeah, you know what? You didn't really save it. Maybe you did save us, I don't know, but it took the combined armies of France, every European country, England and America, because the German war machine was so vast and powerful and sophisticated. It took the rest of the world's army to stop one country's army. Guys, don't just come on, think about it, guys. Think this world. You know, some more stats that our scientists have discovered. The Atlantic Ocean, yeah, it's heating up much faster. Now there are again, it seems to come. I mean, I'm picking on America, but it seems where the ignorance comes from the most part. And I think it's a combination of religious indoctrination and certain right-wingers wanting their citizens to be uneducated. Because if you're uneducated, you are far easier to control. Okay, far easier to control. So what's the latest? The Atlantic Ocean, guys. Yeah, it's heating much faster than scientists had thought. Okay, and when this happens, it releases massive amounts of methane and more carbon from the seabed, seafloor. Now, by 2026, if it carries on at this pace, right, the Atlantic Ocean will have risen by 10 degrees Celsius. Think about that. An entire ocean will have been temperature risen by 10 degrees Celsius. Okay? So what does that mean? That's the start of our first mass extinction event. Alright, we're talking you know, total ecological failure of multiple species. We are not going to affect all food sources. We're talking rising sea levels. We're talking absolutely the displacement of hundreds of millions of citizens around coastlines. We're talking destruction of property, and then the security implications alone are staggering, are absolutely staggering. Because when these things happen, and you've got a mass exodus of hundreds of millions, if not maybe even a billion people, entire economies collapse, entire regions militarily become compromised. I mean, these are scary times, ladies and gentlemen, really scary times, and I'm telling you, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be when this shit happens. So guys, let's stop denying that climate. I mean, I can't, like, it used to, when I was a child, we used to discuss climate change, whether it was real or not. This is when I was about 7 years old. By the time I was about 12, it was decided. Yeah? It's not a discussion anymore. But Trump's put people in positions of authority in government, and all these agencies that do its best to protect the planet have been dismantled one by one. He needs to be impeached, guys. It really does. I know it sounds insane, guys. It's not. You know, some people will start shouting conspiracy theories. No, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is scientific data. Marine biologists, climatologists, chemists, biologists, all sorts of
We just
scientists have looked at the data and gone, yeah, this thing is fucked up. One second, guys, we're closing the
would be
door.
too.
Excuse us while we kill them.
Sorry, I'm back. I just had to close my door. There's kids outside on the front. Not my kids, some kids seem to be shouting and shit. And I didn't like it. I didn't want it to interfere with my awesome, depressing rant about the end of the world. There's got to be some good news. Well, Elon Musk. I mean, even people still give Elon Musk a hard time, even though he's doing his best to. When he was at college, the main things he thought would affect the world: the internet, sustainable energy, and colonising other worlds. Now, colonising other worlds, man, that shit should have happened in a century ago. Yeah, several decades ago at least. I really don't know what was happening. Humanity just going in circles. Now, maybe if the planet gets to the point where it's just going to die, maybe the government will finally admit about any alien technology that they've recovered, which is freaking awesome. Dr. Stephen Greer. Watch his documentary or speeches. He's the guy that's been briefing the last few presidents on the alien activity that's happening. He's, you know, not a joke. He's been briefing them. And teammates, teammates, can you guys stop dying, please? Because this is going to be over really quick if you keep dying, and you know it's going to suck for me. And I'm not going to keep risking myself to get you, because if I do that, you guys, I'll die as well, and then it'll be start it all over again, bitches. I don't want that. Do you want that? You don't want that. So, do us a favour, guys. Stop dying. Watch what you're doing. Kill the enemies. One at a time, guys. You kill one at a time. Okay. Is it just two of us? The other shit brains left. This one, dude. No. All right, just that one then. All right, just that one. It's all yours, mate. Oh my god. Knocked me flying. Oh fuck, he knocked me straight off at map. Please don't die. Please don't die. I have saved your asses several times by not dying. Some explosion knocked me off at map there. I don't know how it did it. I don't know what did it. Thank you. Thank you, good sir. This sucks with two people, eh? Okay, I'm gonna need some. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead, bro. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I've got an energy rift behind you. Dude, drop down here. Energy rift. Energy rift. Oh, no. Take out the little guys. I'm working on the big dude. No, don't let me hit you with his beam. Don't let me hit you. That's what she said. Oh shit. Oh, you're kidding me. Come on, fucking die, Jesus. Don't really, dude. You don't release two of them. You don't release two at once, mate. No, that's not how you do it. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! So you two, how do you think my depression took? 2026 though, guys. We're looking at a mass extinction level event starting, and that's the first one made by mankind. Scientists thought we had 1,000 years, but after new data they're like, yeah, no, we need to stop the Atlantic Ocean heating, or because when you release methane and carbon into the, guess what, you know, Venus, 800 degrees, melts lead, melts titanium. That's what Earth's going to be like if we keep releasing these gases into its atmosphere. Oh shit. Damn it, motherfucker. Dude, please stop dying. Please stop dying. I had nowhere to go but to you. You gotta stop dying so much, mate. Just stop dying so much, okay? That's all I ask. Just don't die so much. Pretty please. Please don't keep dying. Wow, sorry YouTube. I was gonna rescue him, but the bots were exploders. Okay, you see what problem that is? It's a real fucking big deal. So when I got there, like, I got nowhere to go behind that block, but obviously I've got a big laser beam dude like attacking the shit out of me. Oh shit. Now I'm gonna die. Fuck off. Just better than the cold one, I think. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, maybe I need the shockwave. Maybe I need the other armor piece on. One that's like there's a shockwave. And my wrist come back faster. Save the nose from We've got a third person. Oh, finally! Thank fuck! Wow, that's awesome. Who's kicking my ass? Oh shit. I'm out. Okay, fair enough. I like how that keeps getting bigger. You can blow that shit up. You can blow it up, yes. I'm going down here. I'm going down here. I deserve to. I deserve to. I'm stuck in his. Ow! Stuck in his ring of doom. No, I'm not. I'm good. This is a nice. I don't use this very often. I like how they must have changed it. This gets a lot bigger. This thing now. Look at it. Ooh, yeah. Wow. That's kind of cool. And I'm out of ammo just about. Gonna get me in there, guys. Gonna get me in there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I got you, bro. Come on, baby. Yeah, you want to this? That's right, baby. We did it. Yay! I guess the other guy stopped dying eventually, which is a bit easier with me. It's not impossible to chip, but when one guy keeps dying, it can really get in the way. Because then you know what it's like when every enemy and the boss is shooting at you. All they need to, even if they're weak, all they need to do is just like one shot and you're gone.
We just got the biggest Vex
I think we'll leave it there, guys. I think I've had enough depressing talk about the world and shit.
Oh, Dendron.
But yeah,
you're so good at cleaning
if anyone wants to play Control with me, guys, please play Control with me. If you've got a mic and you're willing to coordinate your gameplay with me so that we actually have a strategy, and I know how to play that game, I know what I'm doing. I drop those hoes like ain't no well bros. I just made that up, obviously, can't you tell? I ain't no rapper. Right, let's get back to orbit. 29 minutes and 13 to do that one because we died so many times. I think we died twice in that big boss, didn't we? And yeah, that other dude who left us originally, he just kept dying all the time during the game, and I was like, what the fuck? Right, so yeah, look at what we got. Wow. Thanks 3 coins, you're the best. Oh yeah. Thanks Fighting Medallion, you're the best. Oh yeah. Oh, thanks 329 boots, you're the best. 3 coins, Fighting Medallion. Oh yes. Fighting Medallion and exotic ghost and 3 coins. So guys, for a Fighting Medallion, 3 coins and an exotic shell, I got 4 blue items from that strike that are all underleveled. Now Bungie, you guys know, you know how to reward your players for all their hardware. You know you do, and you've just proved it. So thank you very much. Guys, if you got to the end, guys, I'm not against America, I swear to God. I just think America is very dangerous and self-deluded. Not a lot of people in power know exactly the state of the world. They just don't care. They want money, 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 gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay? But there are a lot of religious people in America, and I'm sorry if you're religious, but guys, fictional stories with absolutely no proof. In the few million years that humans have been around in their current form or whatever, no one's ever proved that God exists, ever. With all our advanced technology, we've never proved that we've got a soul or a God. And what happens if one day we prove there is a God, and it's not the Christian God, or the Muslim God, or the Buddha God, or the Indian goddesses, eh? What happens if it is Odin, eh? From Asgard, eh? What happens if it's Odin out of the Marvel comics? A dude, literally a god from another world. What happens if he is our God? How would you all feel then? Would you still have faith? Even if we could prove, if we proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that yes, we found God, but it's none of the gods on this planet. It's not even any gods we knew of. It's a god that an alien worship, but is real and it is actually a god. Would you all convert belief suddenly? Because, but you know, that's an interesting, difficult question for someone to believe, because everyone who has belief, they know for a fact that they're praying to the right God and the only God. And then suddenly we prove it all wrong, and it's a God that doesn't even exist in our galaxy, let alone has anything to do with Earth. It might cover to galaxy, I don't know, 1 billion light years away, or 5 billion light years away, whatever. It's cool. It must be tough. It's going to be tough when that time comes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting better as a society because of people being humanists and secularists and atheists. The quality and standard of living has risen by magnitudes of 10. A magnitude is tenfold. It is orders of magnitude. So high that they're probably incalculable. Okay, because think about polio. We wiped that out more or less. Okay, and people are still trying to link polio vaccines that they don't work and they're not real. I saw a documentary of a guy who didn't get his polio injection back in 50s in time, or whenever it was. His entire body's paralysed. He's in what they call an iron lung. It's a big machine that creates pressure on his body using air pressure to force his lungs to breathe, to force air down his throat, because he can't do it. He can't move his lungs. He can't breathe in and out. He's laid there his entire life. If we were in the religious times, most of the population would have been wiped out. Okay. I mean, come on, guys, think about it. I know a lot of you guys out there, and Americans that are listening, I know you're decent, good people for the most part. Don't be tricked by the indoctrination of your own country. I know it's hard to hear, really it's hard to hear. I'm not preaching, I'm not. You know, it happens everywhere. It's just, I just generally tend to be fascinated by your country. I think it's an absolutely fascinating place, I really do. Like I said, I've got a lot of friends there, and I know I've got a lot of friends, American friends, who will agree with just everything, about everything I've said. So guys, thank you for watching. Please hit the notification bell. Feel free to pass on this video. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you all on the next one. So cheers.